Hello, today we are going to be using rejected makeup. What I mean by that is we are using a collection from xoBeauty that I completely finished. Sometimes we finish collections, right? And then we're like, okay, when are we gonna launch this? This one just never really got a launch date and time passed a little bit and I just don't know if I want to launch it. Even though I love it to pieces, I just don't know if it would be a success. But before we get into that, let's just hold up for a second. I thought we would do foundation because what I want to do is try mixing together those two Makeup Forever foundations, the dewy one and the original one. If you saw my first impression, you know what I mean. I'll link it down below. I just really want to see how this goes. I'm really curious. I do have fake tan on right now, so the Hydra Glow is definitely like too pale for when I've got fake tan on. And then my other shade I have is like a little bit too dark. So I feel like mixed together, they will be the perfect color. I'm just worried about the formula. This could go really good or really bad. And if you've seen the first impression, you know what I'm talking about. For this one here, I was so looking forward to her, but anyways, go watch the video. Basically, it was just, I prefer this one. I hope you guys enjoyed my recent live stream as well. I'm gonna try and do about one live stream every week or two, just depending how my schedule is looking, because I love doing live streams. I'm gonna, next time I do it, try to multi-stream to a couple different platforms, but you can find them here on YouTube. If you go to my main channel, you'll see home, shorts, uploads, live. So you can just go to the live panel and the live streams from the past will pop up so you can watch them back. They're a different vibe to like these edited videos and people really seem to love them. So if you haven't checked them out, I would love if you wanted to, you know what I mean. Now the thing with these foundations is I like this one with a brush and I like this one with a sponge. So what do? I haven't even primed. I should probably prime, but also I feel like the glowy one is like quite moisturizing. And I already sprayed my face with some of this, so I'm just gonna go straight in. I'm gonna do a pump of each. The darker one is 2N22, the lighter one is 1N06. I'll just start with a brush, I think. Well, the color is pretty good. I'm just starting with the brush, yeah. I think this is working well. Ooh. I feel like ever since I tried the House Labs foundation, I've kind of been addicted to like flawless skin again. For ages, I was kind of just like into the sheer look, you know, not having too much coverage, but I don't know, there's something about a full coverage again lately that's really getting to me. The sun, holy crap. Okay, the color is literally like perfect, perfect. I'm really hoping I like this little combo because otherwise I'm probably never going to use this. And I really don't want to waste $80. And to be honest, like this shade here, I make it work, but it can be a little bit too dark for me. So this is almost like meant to be. A very happy accident, mistake. I don't really know what you would call that, but I'm happy. Obviously, like I've just put this on and it could wear terribly, but it looks so good and the brush is working fine. The finish is drying down so nice as well. It's like the perfect, just naturally glowy, but not too like wet looking glowy. It's like, I don't know, just the perfect in between. And if I touch it, it's definitely still like there, like you can feel it, but it doesn't feel as goopy. Is it even still a little bit too dark? Kind of. That's okay. We'll do some concealer and I might do like a really brightening concealer today, aka a very pale concealer. Let's pop in with some Cedar, the Vanish Hourglass Concealer, just because I haven't worn this in a while and I really do love this. What's Hourglass up to lately? Have they launched anything new? Last night after my live stream, I actually did yesterday while I'm filming this, someone said, have you seen the new like bronzers and stuff by MAC? And I hadn't, and I went on to Mecca and I bought one. And I brought a new foundation from MAC too that I could do like a first impression on. And I also have a new MUFE foundation to do a first impression on. As you can see, I'm loving filming, you know, foundation first impressions lately. So let me know which one you want to see first out of MAC or MUFE. The MAC one's like some kind of like skin tint vibe, I think. Right, I'm just gonna tap this out under the eye. Oh, I might use a sponge actually. Yeah, that's better. This concealer is just, it's probably just a bit old. It's a little bit thicker. And so I just prefer to use a sponge when they're a little bit thick so that it kind of helps to shear them out just a little bit. The coverage is still great. I just don't want it to like look thick under my eyes, you know? I could have color corrected as well, but Also, this shade is not as light as I thought it was. I think I've got another one that's lighter than this, and I just didn't think about it hard enough. Put some on the waterline, honestly. I see no one talking about that. Am I the only one that talks about that? Because it is a life-changing hack when you just apply your concealer to your waterline. It completely wakes you up. It's like using eyeliner, except it actually sticks there for like a good amount of time. And then you can put your like eyeliner on top of it too. Please excuse the lighting. It's a Shaaanxo video. The lighting is gonna be shit, at least a little bit. I'm actually so excited to do a declutter of my foundation drawer because I really just wanna like cull it. Do you know what I mean? Like I wanna get rid of so many, and there's so many old ones. Like look at these. Look at that. Obviously I could shake it up and it'd probably be fine, but this stuff is so old. I've had this in my collection for years now. It's probably time to get rid of it. What did I think of? Sometimes I actually literally need to go back to my own first impressions and look at them because I try so many new products. I can't even remember if I like them or not. Some stuff I remember that I love them. Some stuff I remember I hate it. Other things I do not remember whatsoever. This stuff is so good. I need to use this more often. I'm going to use Rosita from Thematic Cosmetics. I love this powder so much. If you haven't tried it, I recommend you do. Like I still love like Huda Beauty and all them, but there's just something about this formula. It's so, I don't know, it's so good. All right, I'm going to leave that on. I'm just going to do a little contouring. I tried this one. I really liked it. Is this the one that has shimmer or is it matte? Anyways, Glam Radar, I believe, sent me these, the e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wands. Now I love like the Charlotte Tilbury and I love the MCO ones. The MCO ones are like my go-to. Here it is here. This is the MCO one. Many kisses. But this one here, I really like as well. And I thought I'd show you because have I shown you on YouTube yet? I don't think so. Anyways, oh no, this one's matte. That's good. Just gonna do a little bit. Don't know why. Just feel like being a little bit spicy today. See how nice and subtle that is? It like blends in so good. I just like the kind of soft look. So just like a nice, see that? Like little wash of color. It gives a bit of shape, but it's not like full on. And this color is like that little bit of warmth still, you know? I reckon the MCO one is slightly easier to blend still than this one. But this one kind of stays more where you put it. So it's probably just like user preference. I do want to put something on my chest because I just feel like my foundation is a little bit darker on my face. Maybe a little bit of the Flawless Glow by MUFE. Okay, I really need to get cracking and oh, that kind of just matches. We'll just put a little bit of this on anyways, and then I will add some bronzer. I need to get cracking because the whole purpose of this video is literally like the eye makeup. We'll bronze later. Oh my god, look what I just found in my drawer. Is Australis still for sale? Oh, it's really dark again. Right, I'm gonna go ahead and just prep my skin. I won't do blush or anything. I'm just gonna like powder. I'm gonna do my brows and maybe I'll pop on a little bit of like eye primer and stuff, and then we will crack into this. So I'll be right back. So the lighting's going really good. Oh. All right, I did a thing where I used the Makeup by Mario eye primer instead of my normal favorite P. Louise primer. I know the quality of these eyeshadows is amazing, but if anything weird happens, I'm blaming the primer. It was a biatch to apply. Don't ask me why I carried on with it. Look, even now you can see it's like crusting a little bit. Oh god, is this a really bad choice to continue, or should I be removing this? I'm just gonna commit. I feel like it's gonna give me crusty lids. Literally, I feel like it needs to be decluttered already because it was just not working. So I was like, oh, I'll just spray some setting spray on it, mix it together, apply it to my lids, and it just looks not really how it should. Like, trust me to do something rogue when my makeup is looking so freaking good so far. Of course I did that, but whatever. Let me show you. The inspo for this was color. It was supposed to be like my personal superhero collection of just all of the fun shades that I would need, that I could mix and match with other palettes, that I could mix and match with neutral colors. It was just supposed to be like a power punch of color. And Hamish actually came up with the idea for this, like the packaging, because we all know I love to game. And I feel like the packaging is sick, but also I feel like if I launched this now, I'd have to change the packaging because like it would no longer be cool. We actually worked with an artist to do like the drawings, and it's pictures of me. So here it is, the Hero collection. This is the Hero palette. Let me go put the blind down because this is just like, you can't see shit. Oh, I cannot figure out the lighting. So it's the Hero palette. So you can see the kind of vibes here, green, orange, yellow, but inspo from my OG BH Cosmetics Shaaanxo palette. And to be clear, this is not a launch video, if anyone's confused. I feel like I've made it clear, but just in case, this is not available. It won't be available. I mean, technically I could still run production on it, but I don't know. I love this collection. I just don't know how successful it would be. Normally I would just do it. Normally I would run whatever I love because that's how I've run my brand so far. I've put out products that I'm proud of, that I love, that I think my viewers will love, like people that are on my wavelength, you know. But with the economy the way it is, I know I say that a lot. I feel like I say it a lot. It's harder in business right now. And so everything, like I'm overthinking everything. Everything is way more of a risk ever since xoVID. You know, people are more careful with their money. I'm like, are people going to wear this? This would have been great if people really embraced the 2016 makeup trends again this year. It would have really popped off. I just feel like people are still too natural for this. And I would love to hear your opinions. This is not it though, we've got more. As I was saying, it's double-sided. So this side, the illustrations are a little bit more like pink, purple, blue. Hamish is in love with this packaging, but like I said, maybe I would like probably change the packaging now, even though like I love the packaging. And I will treasure this particular palette. I'll keep this forever because I just love it so much. It's super cool. Box. Insert options, different, yep, lots of things. There's more. You guys literally talk about my water activated liners all the time. I don't know, maybe I will create a whole new collection and take aspects. I don't know. This formula is the old formula. But we did finalize this as well with the formula that you've seen in the terracotta collection. But we did some really fun shades in here, including a white so you could mix and match. We've got like neons, brights, darker, like more wearable tones for colors. The colors look rogue, but it goes with the whole collection. Highlighter palette like this. These highlighters are literally so beautiful. They're like a little bit of color, but they're like wearable. I'll just swatch them now. So we've got Invincible. We kind of like made it all around like hero theme just because it's like my hero shades that are like more fun and vibrant. This is just unreal. I swear the weather is out for me. So obviously this is like the most fun like golden highlighter. Can you see that? Like they're so buttery soft. If you've tried our highlighters, like the romantic collection vibes, we've got Elite with like a pinky champagne kind of like a soft reflect. We've got Wonder, which is like a bright pink, which is so fun. We've got Secret, which is like a peach. Like unreal. Look at that color. It's so pretty. You can wear them as like blush toppers too, you know. The eyeshadows. Fortunately, one of these has smashed. Probably when we moved house. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm doing a full-blown like swatch video or anything. But this is like the blue side. Blues, pinks, and purples. Like how incredible are these colors? The lighting is not doing us any justice today. Like literally, I don't know what's happening. This color here is so cool, Mystery. It's like a neutral, but it's like a khaki kind of based neutral. So you could like mix that in with like the greens and things like that. Like look at this color, Supernatural. Oh, that was like no pressure on my finger. The pigment is just so good. We've got some nice like light shimmery colors, which you know I love. So you can kind of do them for like a more everyday look as well. What else have we got? Like these hot pinks, look at that. And a matte like reddy pink. Like look how cool that color is. All of these illustrations as well are based off photos of me from obviously a few years ago. And then this is the other side. Oh, even today I look at this side and I think, wow, like I feel so inspired by these colors. I love these colors. It gives me the vibes of our native palette, except obviously still different and more color. But like I said, like such a good little add-on, especially for those of you who already own like some of our palettes. It's like a, you know, it's a more fun party version. And likewise our terracotta collection here, which is like blue, a little bit of green, and like those warm terracotta natural kind of vibes. Like you could imagine mixing and matching these palettes together I am so sorry about the lighting. Wow, this lighting does not know what it wants to do. Obviously just such a great kind of like add-on from what we've already got. They're still so different, but like still go together so nicely. Like imagine the gold from that palette with like those yellows and oranges. Like, oh, I feel so inspired looking at these colors, and especially this side of the palette. Like this is just like my vibe lately, like the Yucca palette from Natasha Denona. Like it would even go with that vibe, like such, oh, I just feel like, you know, they're colorful, but they just go with other palettes so nicely, these shades. It took us so long to narrow down what colors we wanted to put in this palette. Like how unreal is that green, which I just smushed in the pan because once again, this isn't like the final, but look at that color. I cannot actually deal with this lighting. Like, how am I supposed to film? I literally have my like blinds down. Like, what is going on? So basically I am going to just do my makeup with these today, I reckon. I don't know what kind of look I'm gonna do. I should definitely plug in my artificial lighting at this point. 1 second. We're committing. I'm going in with Mystery, which is like our transition kind of shade. So basically, this is a collection I'm not launching. I find it so inspiring, but also I have to think like practically, and like because sales are down at the moment, just because it's just the way it is. Like even our couriers say, like literally everyone we've talked to, like DHL, they're like no one is sending as many parcels right now in New Zealand. It's just like it's hitting everyone, all businesses, all consumers. Like everyone is just being a bit more careful with how they're spending their money. I know I am as well. Like, you know, it's just like, I guess what happens after a world event. I have to be careful as a business owner. Like I don't want to have like all of this stock that we can't sell, or I don't want to put out a collection that completely flops. Like I'm terrified of doing that, you know. Obviously like with collections, like some go better than others, that's natural. But I wouldn't say we've ever had like a failure launch. We've had launches that have been better than others. Like our heaps of sweets and our native launches were probably like our hugest launches. But then the terracotta one really like surprised us. We thought that that was risky, like not because of the colors. I thought it was just the timing. But that was a huge success considering. But those colors are much more like wearable for every day, you know. And we did like the collection, the lipsticks, we did the eyeliners, the eyeshadow palette, everything. These colors, like to me, are so fun, but also, you know, it's not what people are wearing day to day. Well, some people do. But you know, for the typical consumer, we're not wearing blue eyeshadow every day, you know? And I do think like, you know, if I was not filming YouTube videos, like, is this the type of palette that I would buy? Like, I'd like to say yes, because I think it's sick, but also if I was being careful with my money and like wanted to make mindful purchases, I would be kind of just topping up my neutral kind of vibe colors, you know, like the stuff I would wear every single day. I guess that's the good thing about like some of these colors. Some of them are wearable for every day. Like I said, those lighter shimmers, they're really pretty. Actually kind of vibes of like the Lightwork palette. Like, remember that look I did the other day? Like the vibes. I don't know, maybe I could take some of the colors from this collection and put them into like a different collection down the road, because obviously like the colors themselves are all signed off. A couple of the shimmers need to be packed a little bit harder because as you can see, like a couple shattered. It's a hard balance sometimes because like you don't want the shimmers to be like hard to work with, like if they're too tightly packed, but also you don't want them to break in the pan or become too creamy or wet. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you guys think just for fun, since, you know, it's like a lot of hard work that went into this, but like no one would ever know. So yeah, I just want to see what you guys think. Like obviously it's not, I'm not trying to like sell it to you. But do you like the idea? I don't know. I did have a lot of fun creating this one. And if we weren't like, you know, if New Zealand wasn't in such a pickle right now, like if the world wasn't just so cooked right now, like, you know, it'd be a whole different story. I'd probably be like, let's do it. My tummy is rumbling like crazy. I've just like given up on the lighting at this point, because even with my artificial lights on, like the weather outside is actually just so crazy. It's like stormy. There's like these massive dark clouds and then like perfect blue sky. Like the weather can't decide what to do. When you guys go for like colorful eyeshadow, what color do you like to go for? I'm quite a big like green or purple fan, as you can probably tell what kind of colors I like judging off like the palettes I've launched with my brand and like the palettes I've done with other brands in the past or collaborations, like my BH Cosmetics palette and my Colourpop Super Shock shadows back in the day before like Colourpop was like a huge brand. I collabed with them. Well, I think that was still like a big brand, but nothing on what they are now. It was like before they did powder cosmetics. It was all like the Super Shock formula. I'm just drawn to these blues today because I feel like I haven't done blue in so long. Literally just flick off the fallout. I do a little purple on my inner corner. This shade is called Fearless. Yeah, the idea of the palette was just like also for like a consumer to kind of have like their one-stop like colorful eyeshadow palette, but they weren't just like boring colors. Like sometimes people that just do, they do like a colorful eyeshadow palette, but it's just like, I don't know, the colors are just like matte orange, matte yellow, matte green, like nothing kind of unique or anything, whereas this palette has like cooler colors in it, you know what I mean? It's got like your matte blue, but it's still just like really fun colors. I'm adding a little bit of like the bright periwinkle blue just to brighten up this area. I'm gonna go back in with like neutral under the eye. I'm just going in with some Easy Bake. This is the Cupcake shade. I'm just gonna kind of brighten the under eye area up. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Mystic, which is that color I kept swatching. Just on the brow bone, like on that real high part of the arch. Just so it kind of hits the light when I move my head. Oh, I'm actually about to lose it. Like, how am I supposed to edit this video? This is just annoying me. Like, if it's annoying me, it's gonna annoy you guys. Look at this shade too. This is like a beautiful, like, how do you even, I don't really know how to describe, like taupey. It's got a slight kind of green undertone, so you can wear it with green eyeshadows, and it's just sick. I'm gonna use a model. It's like a green, but it's like a deep green. I think it's gonna look real good with the colors on the top. So I've got the water activated liners here, which I'll use one. But I am developing more colors based on your guys' feedback the other day. Should we do blue? Maybe a bit of green as well? I don't know. Let's just have some fun. Or maybe the like pale blue. I'm doing like a little mixing and matching. I mixed a little bit of green with the pale blue. Just to almost change the undertone of the blue so it's a little bit less like blue. Like it's still clearly blue. And then I'm gonna mix the color on my brush with the dark blue and kind of just like gradiate into like a deep blue. Oh, I love that color. Then going backwards, mixing with the lighter one just to transition that. Alright, I'm going to pop on mascara and lashes off camera because I'm like so stressed out about the stupid lighting and I'm going to mess up my mascara, I can feel it. Long story short, on the eye makeup, I still stand 100% by the colors, by the composition and everything, like just the colors that are put together. I absolutely love it. I love the illustrations, but I probably would change that these days because I don't know if anyone cares about having me on their palettes anymore. Back when, you know, we were formulating that would have been a cool idea. I love the colors. I just don't know if, you know, a wide enough range of people would also love it to make it worth the risk. But yeah, I'll always keep that and I'll always have it there for maybe other collections. I can kind of like, I don't know, maybe take some of those colors and incorporate it with other color compositions and things. I don't know. It makes me sad when something you put so much love into, you like, I don't know, you don't feel good about actually putting it out there. Does that make sense? I'm sure if you're like any type of creative or artist or business owner, you'll like relate to that statement in some which way. But yeah, it is what it is. I'll do the highlighter soon too. Let's do some blush first. I might kind of do like the overlay blush look. And with blue, I usually like to go peachier. So I had a peach blush up here from yesterday. Actually, we'll do this because I'm just obsessed with this blush at the moment. This is the Care Bears peachy one. I'll link it below. Oh, I love this color. I was kind of thinking of doing like a blush palette at some stage with our blush formula, the blush duo formula. So unbeknownst to me, I ran out of battery on my microphones. That's a first, that's a new one. So I've just had to voice over this part. I basically just went over the blush with this highlighter, this peach highlighter, to kind of like add shimmer, but it's not really even shimmer, it's just like super glowy. Anyways, and then I also went in with the more pink color to like spot highlight in like a smaller area. You'll see in a second. Oh, I love these colors. Maybe I'll take some inspo from this for a future collection or launch something like this in the future when people are more into color. I don't know. What do you guys think of these colors? I love them personally. Anyways, and then I also used a darker brown lip pencil, and I was bitching about how it's blunt and I can't find a pencil sharpener. Do you know I cleaned my whole beauty room and still could not find a pencil sharpener? Like, where is it gone? Honestly. And then I did nude lips. Anyways, moving on. My stupid microphone died. Honestly, as if anything else could not go wrong today. You guys don't even understand. Today's one of those days where it's like, there's been more than 3 things go wrong. Bad things come in 3. No, bad things have come in like 20 today. But that's right, I refuse to lose positivity. I am obsessed with this makeup look. Like, I literally love it so much. Like, Hamish just saw it. He's like, it looks so good. It looks sick. These colors, let me zoom you in. I've just spritzed my face with some more setting spray too, so I'm like extra glowy. Oh, look at those colors, like that color. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It is like mermaid realness. The lips look good, like the cheeks. Oh, the little like shimmer. So at least the makeup turned out incredible. The lighting throughout this video, I'm so sorry, it's probably gonna piss off so many people. It's just the reality. I was gonna add like a little bit of something to my waterline, but I don't know why, but I thought it'd be a like smart idea to just put some concealer in my waterline because I can't find my actual like eyeliner pencil. That looks so weird. Hello. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the makeup, and you know, it was interesting to kind of see something that I'm not launching and why, and the reasoning and stuff like that. I would be so interested to see like big brands. Obviously I'm a very small brand, but like I would love to see big brands and see what kind of products they develop and never launch. It would be so interesting because they would get so many samples all the time of different products. Like, I've got heaps more too, but this is like the most kind of complete collection, you know, like the biggest kind of collection that I've made and decided, no, I'm not going to launch that. I've also got like probably 4 or 5 other eyeshadow palettes that we've like completely got sorted. I wouldn't say like they're complete. We've got like drafts of the packaging and everything, but didn't finalize them and haven't finalized them. I don't know, maybe I'll continue to kind of develop them in the future. I don't really know what my next moves are with my brand, other than the fact we are planning a collaboration with another person, which is really exciting and like something we haven't done before. Other than that though, like, I don't really know where I want to go next. So if you've got any recommendations or requests or whatever, I would love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear like what you would like. Anyways, thanks for all the support, and thank you especially to anyone that has like supported my brand as well in the past. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and it makes my heart so happy every time I'm like doing a live stream or chatting to people and they say, oh my god, I bought your, you know, hair towel, or I bought your latest eyeshadow palette, and I absolutely love it. Like, literally, like, that's what gives me purpose. Like, I love that. It makes me so happy, and like, yeah, it fuels me creatively, like all of it. Like, it just makes me really happy and feel really good. So thank you. I love this makeup so much, honestly. This just makes me want to like produce this. But yeah, it's just risky. It's so risky. So thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, but hey, if we move on, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.